Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at BNB again. Before we jump into that, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and why not leave us some feedback in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's get into it. So yesterday we were talking about the potential of having a fourth wave here, and we were looking at this as a potential turnaround zone for this fifth wave to the upside. So we did come down deep and we did talk about this as a potential of an A, a B, and a C. So it is still possible that we could have completed into here, as this is basically looking at this as a fourth wave within here, and that this wave could be completed here as well. If that is the case, what we're effectively looking for is the potential that we're moving down to form a bigger fourth wave move within this. And effectively what we'd be looking for here is if I come onto this low point and we come up into this high point, let's make sure we're right on there actually. Let's drag this across here, get this right up here. Oh, why don't you want to play a ball? There we go. So effectively with this, if this is the case, what we could be looking for is actually a deeper retracement here. And what we'd be looking for within this move is the potential to actually come down between this zone here of this 236 and this 0.5. So that would be if we don't complete this additional push to the upside. If we actually just start to sell off from here, we could potentially look to move down to this zone. The 382 is at 283.8 and the 0.5 is this 275 zone. So this is possible as a fourth wave correction to come back down into this zone if we are completed here. And I can't stress this enough, we need to make sure that we are completed here. And what we would actually want to see is a deeper move down here. We'd want to potentially look for a move back down and taking out this low point here. And this low point would come in over here at about, let's get on there, this 85 at $285. So we'd want to see a move down to that point for confirmation, or at least a bigger move down here, which invalidates the structure potentially becoming extended from here. So we got to be careful though, because even if we do look at this as a 5-wave move here, it is also possible we could see some further extension to the upside. So if I take this from this low point here, go up into this high point, we can see we came back, we've bounced exactly on the 0.618 zone here. So it is possible that this could actually still progress to the upside and form a bigger structure here, where this becomes a basically another 1-2 situation, and then we could actually be looking for a much bigger push to the upside here with this, and there would be further extension within this fifth wave. So we need to just be aware this can actually take place, and what we'd be looking for, so confirmation would only come by actually pushing up past this 352.7 zone. And what we'd want to see here is we'd actually want to see this low hold, this low here at 291.8. If we actually lose that low point, then it would mean that effectively we would have crossed this wave 1 position, so we'd have to take it as a completed wave into there. And what I'd actually be looking for is a move deeper down into these zones shown here by this red box. Like I said, that 0.382 is at 283.8. And I'm actually just going to mark this out here now. So if we are actually looking to break down from here, what we'd be looking for is the potential that this is going to become a more complex move. So either we could look at this as a 1-2, then this is an additional 5-wave move. So either we've got this as a 1-2-1-2, and then we're going to look to break down in a deeper 5-wave move. But basically, if that's the case, we wouldn't want to come back above this high point here. Crossing this high point here at this 308 zone would invalidate the potential of this extending to the downside. However, if this is going to become something more complex like a WXY, it is possible that we could form this as a double zigzag potentially down into these lows, where this is a ABC into here. We actually come back and look to retest some of these zones. A lot of the times if we get a double zigzag, it'll come and retest that B wave high. So that would be ABC. Then we could look for a move back up here to test this zone. So basically what we'd be looking for here, if we're looking at this as looking for continuation to the downside for that fourth wave, what we'd want is basically a move back up in towards this 50%. We're getting rejected off it currently. So this could actually facilitate a full corrective X wave within here, where we could look to push down lower from this point. However, we need to bear in mind it could actually become a bigger X wave as well. So if we were to break down from here, this 1-to-1 would bring us to this 281 zone, which brings us pretty much quite close to this 382. So if we do have this as a breakdown from here, that would be a zone I'd be looking out for. However, also what we need to just be aware of is if we, from this area here, if I remove this one, that's the wrong one. If I remove this one, actually, what we need to be mindful of is from this current position, if we had to move down past this 278 zone, this would then potentially become a bigger 5-wave move, where this is a 1, 2. We look to break down past that 1.618, bounce up for a 4th and a 5th to the downside. If we do get a deeper move like this, effectively what this would imply to me is that we're starting to break down from here, and that we would still need an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So this move could look to take us down past these zones, past this typical support zone here. And if we do get a bigger 5-wave move like this to the downside, what we would have to be cautious of is this could potentially come down and invalidate this additional 4th wave, and it could actually mean that within this move here we just have a 3-wave structure, and we could actually look to break down. And we were talking about the potential of forming a diagonal here, or basically a corrective structure to the downside, looking for this, if I zoom out slightly here, looking for this move potentially down towards, so a 1-to-1 would be this 110 region. So if we actually do start to break down from this point, it is possible that we could look for further rejection to the downside here and actually look to push much lower. So we just need to give it some time though, because we can, for as long as we hold this zone here of this 240 and also this 220, it is possible that we could continue to extend to the upside. So we talked about a few things, and we in the previous video we talked about the potential that we could actually see a triangle developing here, where this becomes an A, a B. We could form a C wave within this. If we fail to develop this 4th wave and we actually start to break down and come revisit this bottom trend line, then it's actually possible that we could have a much shallower angle on this triangle, and basically that this is an A, B, C, D, E, and then it breaks down. However, we need to allow it some time to develop, because this could also develop as a 5-wave move. We could move down for this 4th, get this as an A, B, and this, well, it probably wouldn't go that low. So it would be basically an A, a B, and a C. So as long as we don't move past this 398 zone, it is possible we could still develop as a triangle here, or alternatively we could just start to break down. As soon as we lose this low point here, let me just get this right on here and make sure that it was in the right place. I think it was. This 220 zone, as soon as we cross that, we can actually look at then the potential that we have a bigger move here if we had to break down. And that would currently give us, given the current structure, get onto this high point here, down into this low, get on there, and then up into this zone. So what is our current high point here? Let's go from there. So if we were to have broken down directly from where we are, we could be looking for a move down to this 173, but there's a lot that needs to happen before we get there. So we just need to bear in mind that there is still possibilities here. If we get this 5-wave move to the downside that we were talking about here, then we could actually be looking for a deeper move here. So we need to just keep an eye on that impulsive trigger area that we mentioned. However, it could just be a move down into the support zone, and then we look to actually progress for this 5th wave. If we do move down into this, find support within this range, then we could actually still be looking for this this push to the upside here. This would slightly change because we were relying on this going up still. It is still possible we can see extension to the upside, but if we had to come down for this 4th now, the zone would be this 340 to this 323 I'd be looking for as a 5th wave. So we'll just have to see how this reacts. If we manage to hold this zone here of this 291.7, it is still possible that we could be within a 5-wave structure here. It would have come down very deep, and it's not very likely to come down this steep, but it didn't cross wave 1, so it is still technically possible to push to the upside here. And like I said, it is also possible that we have this as a 1, 2, and then we look to actually push up much higher. So we just need to be careful with these things. There isn't enough structure here. If we fail to break back above this 308 and this high point here of this 314, then we effectively could be still looking for that deeper move. So we're going to leave the video there for today. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications, and leave us some feedback down below. In the description below, you'll find a link to the Discord. Why not come and join us in there? Once you're in the general chat area, just add mention member of staff, and we'll be happy to help you out. Also in the description below, you'll find affiliate link to BYBIT. This is a great exchange. It's the one we use when we're doing our trading, whether that's spot trading or leverage trading. It really is a great exchange, but we cannot emphasize enough, guys. Please, if you are going to be trading with leverage, please use good risk management. We talk about it all the time in the Discord. You know, we need to be making sure that we have stop losses and that we're working out how much we're willing to lose per trade, and we're only trading with that amount. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend. We'll talk to you in the next one. See you later, guys.